Hi everyone, so the skill that you will be learning today is what to expect when opening a coaching business and how to deal with your first client. My name is Irina and I am a licensed life coach, and this is your free video for the Skill Clinic. Okay, so first of all, before you even get your first client, you have to remember why you started coaching, and that's always to help the client, to help the person who is coming into you achieve what they want to achieve. So always remember that helping is the first thing, and so you don't need to be nervous or scared because you are actually the secondary person in the meeting, in the appointment between the two of you. The other person, the client, is actually the more important person. So you don't need to worry about, oh, will I get it right, will I not get it right? You should always let the client guide you into the direction, and already trust that you know what you're talking about. If your friend came to you and asked you for advice, you wouldn't hesitate, you wouldn't worry, you wouldn't think, oh, I hope I'm doing this right. You would just give the advice because you know what you're talking about. So just remember that the session with your client is no different than giving advice to people you already know and care about. So that's the first thing. So I'm going to go over a couple of the questions that you should always be asking. The top 3 questions that you should ask when getting your first client or getting any clients. So obviously the first question is, why are you here? It's a simple question, but you need to know the reason that they are here, and maybe ask them, if there's a couple of things that they want to work on. There's so many different topics that you can talk about. You've got success, you've got money, you've got relationships with family, with partners. You just want to find out all of the areas in which they want to improve or change. And then I think it's always best to pick one to begin with, to start. It's much easier to fix one thing at a time or work on one thing at a time than to work on many things at the same time. It is possible, but if somebody is coming to you brand new, it's their first time receiving any help or coaching, then you're better off just taking baby steps with them and just working on one thing at a time. Okay, so now the second question, it's following on from the first question, and it's to ask them why they think that they are lacking in those areas. Maybe ask them to give you a backstory or give examples or proof in the areas. They're saying, my life is great, my relationships are great, my job is great, everything is great, but for some reason I can't, I'm not making money, or money is just leaving. So you want to work, ask them for examples. Show me, when do you notice this? When has it happened before? When do you notice that you don't have money? What is the reasons that you feel like you need to come to somebody for help? Because you always want to get the client to sort of start thinking for themselves and get them to sort of think back to the moments when they went, that was when I noticed it. And then the third question that I always ask, which I think is the most important question, is to ask them, how are they responsible for that happening in their life? Because, oftentimes we like to blame things. Well, I didn't get that job because so-and-so, I was running late because my friend called me and I was 5 minutes late for the bus, this, and this. So often we like to put blame on others, and you can't fix other people. You can only fix yourself. So the final question, not final, but the most important question, and the final question from the 3 that we are talking about today, is to make them tell you how they are responsible for their shortcomings. And I think it's better as well that the client actually comes to the realization themselves, rather than you telling them, okay, so this is happening because you did this, and this. If they can come up with one of those aha moments, the lesson usually sticks with them better, and it's also a lot easier for them to fix what's happening. I think you find with yourself as well, and a lot of people, that many people don't learn unless it happens. People have to make their own mistakes. So this is the same kind of thing that to get the client maybe to realize quicker, or to be able to fix their own problems quicker, is to make sure that they are doing more of the work. So you're just sitting back mostly and just letting them talk, but really making sure that they see how they are responsible. Because if you can find out how that you're responsible for certain things going wrong in your life, you can change them. But if you're constantly putting blame on other people, other things, outside circumstances, different issues, then it's a lot harder to get that change. Sometimes, you may need to push a little bit to get them to realize that they have also some responsibility in why things go wrong. A lot of people don't often want to admit that they are the cause of their own downfall, or not necessarily downfall, but that they are the cause of why things are going wrong. And I very much believe that everybody is in charge of their own life. And even if you're not in charge of your own life, you're in charge of the fact that you're not in charge of your own life. It's a nice circle. So yeah, I think it's always good to make sure that you get the client to come up with their own realizations and their own aha moments. Like I said, you can't change other people, but you can change yourself. And you can't change the circumstances around you, but you can change how you respond to it. So as I said, make sure that you're giving the client the opportunity to come to realizations themselves, rather than you spoon feeding them. And that's probably the best advice I can give. So just to recap, the first question was, why are you here? Second question is, how is your issue affecting your life? And the third question was, how are you responsible for those issues? And then just a bonus, after you've figured out how they are responsible, ask them, what do you think you can do to change that? What are some actions that you can take to fix X, Y, and Z? So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to go to the Skill Clinic website, www.skill.clinic, and good luck!